Hey, good day. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the Gbenga Akindele YouTube channel. My name is David Olugbenga Adetitun, and I'm your host on this wonderful channel. I am happy to host you again today, and I'm happy that you have tuned in and you are listening and you're watching, and I'm believing that you're going to have a good time because you're a good individual. Today I want to talk to you about characteristics of a real soldier. Characteristics of a real soldier. Attention! Ọlọ́pàá abeg sir. Oh yeah, characteristics of a real soldier. Now when I'm talking about the characteristics of a real soldier, I'm not saying you should go and join the army. I'm just looking at the characteristics, and I'm looking forward that everybody will imbibe these characteristics in their life and become real soldiers too. Not as in carrying or wearing the uniform, but in our day-to-day activities, we imbibe the discipline of the soldier. Now, a soldier is trained to defend the territorial integrity of his or her country. Soldiers undergo a lot in the course of their training. They undergo a lot of suffering, endurance. I remember during NYC, we went on endurance trek. You will trek a very long distance. They will navigate you, pass through inside water. There's no how you want to do. You enter water. It's part of the endurance trek. And then soldiers enjoy a lot of things that in their life before they become real soldiers. Soldiers suffer in the process of a training. They used to sing one song during our NYC days. They say, Mama come and see you, waiting man the face you, then go drill us tire, then go say na training. They will drill them. Then they will not say, we are training you. They are training, yes, it's training. Because it makes you to be strong and make you to be able to face any kind of challenge. This is because they are being trained to confront life and death situations. That's why they have to train them and drill them very well. They are being trained. In the course of training, some people run away. They say, I can't withstand this. They will just go, they will just fall sick, and they'll be falling sick, they'll be falling sick. Before you know it, they'll just say, see, be going. Because if you are falling sick during training, if you go to war, that's why you fall sick, and the enemy will just capture the person, and the person will die. So they will ask those who are always falling sick, they will ask them to leave. They will ask them to go. In fact, that is part of the screening process after the initial test that they do. Soldiers go to war, and when they go to war, it is a 50% chance of returning. When a soldier goes to war, it's either he returns or he dies in the war. It's either he dies in the war or he comes back from the war alive. So it's 50% chance of when they go to war. It's not that they are fasting, but it's because the battle is so fierce. Soldiers can go for some days without food in the war. Where do you have time to eat sometimes? That's part of the endurance. Where do they have time to eat? They are in the war front. They are enemy shooting. Go, 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 go. You are running for your life. You forget about food. And that can go on for a whole day. It can go on for a whole day. So you have to be able to carry yourself that way and go on without food for one day. And that's why you see the jacket, the material they wear, there's water, there's space for water here, space for water here, space for water here, and there's bag at your back. So that, and during training, you run with all those things, you move with all those things. So that in war, you can have a little bread inside the bag. So if you have little bread inside the bag, as you are running, anywhere you're able to run to, since you're not able to get back to your camp, you can take from the bread inside your bag and the water that you have and drink a little and eat a little bread. The work of the soldier is a very strong one. Soldiers that operate in the air are called Air Force. Those who operate on land are called Army. Those who operate in water are called Navy. Soldiers are courageous. They are rugged. They think ahead and are fast. Soldiers are intelligent people. They are intelligent. They think ahead and they are fast. Soldiers are trained to disarm and render the enemy impotent. Soldiers are gentle when they are among civilians. Soldiers are gentle. They don't fight. They won't look for your trouble because they are trained to defend you. Soldiers they can go unnoticed. A real soldier will usually go unnoticed. He will never even show himself. You will not know he's a soldier. You will just be himself. You will just be himself. They won't exert authority, especially when they are not in uniform. He will just be himself. You do something to him, he will overlook you. They can go unnoticed. They can endure provocation to any extent. You can provoke a soldier, he won't mind you. You do everything, he won't mind you. But it gets to a point, and I hope, and I'm telling you, I don't want you to get to that point with any soldier, where you provoke the soldier beyond limitation. You are the one that will beg at last. You are the one that will beg at last. This is what the soldier will do to you, you will never forget in your life. You will never forget. Anybody can say anything. The soldier, what he determines you want to do, is going to do it. The discipline you want to discipline the individual, he will discipline the individual. So, don't provoke any soldier. When it gets to a limit, no Jupiter can deter the soldier from punishing the culprit. When you are provoking a soldier to a limit, you are past the boundary. Soldiers usually will not offend you. When you offend them, they usually will not mind. But when you cross the boundary, you will see it. Everybody will see clearly that this is what you did. That's when soldiers will rise. And when they rise, no Jupiter can beg them. The moment they have changed their mind and they have decided to act, no Jupiter. The Chief of Defense Staff in Nigeria, about 3 or 4 years ago, he was traveling from Zaria to Kaduna. Some people, they came on the road, they said he was not going to pass. A whole chief of defense staff, I think chief of army staff, yeah, either defense or army. He's the chief of defense staff, yes. They stood on the road. They have been blocking other civilians, other people. Everybody will turn back. A whole chief of defense staff, the man got down. His soldiers, his people following him, defending him, they were ready to shoot with their gun. They were ready. They had bent down. One there, about 5 or 6. They were ready to shoot those guys. The man said, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. He went to them. He spoke their language to them. He understood their language. He spoke to them. He said, just let me pass, please. He begged and begged. A whole chief of army staff, chief of defense staff, beg your pardon. They refused. They didn't know a real soldier. They knew that day. that day they knew. When they crossed over to the other side, they knew who a real soldier is. He begged them. He spoke their language. They refused. He called the state governor. The state governor said, see, I've tried to curtail them. They look uncurtailable. I think whether the man eventually went through that way or he went through another way. But I think within 24 hours, they raised down the whole of those people. They killed all of them. They didn't just deal with those people on the road eventually. They went to their place, their base. That how can you, in a town where there's law and order, and they killed all of them. And they arrested their leader. The leader perhaps knew nothing or did not send them to that extent. But they have incurred the wrath of a real soldier. Because the implication is that if they can do it to the chief of defense staff, that means even if the president is passing, they can also do it to him. So that is why you have to show them. And what he showed them, it was terrible. It was in the news. It was a massacre. But look at what they have done. They have provoked the soldier to that point. I was in a bus some years ago, and as I was in that bus, it was a company bus in Lagos, and journeying from around the island to the mainland. And as we journeyed, the soldiers, they were there. The soldier told us to wait. That we should not, we are passing one way. So the soldier determined that our vehicle is going to spend the night on the road. We thought it was a joke. Everybody in the bus, we they beg him. The soldier he was not shouting. That's why I love soldiers. The soldier did not shout. He didn't brag. He didn't do anything. He just gave instruction that that bus must not move. And he left and he went to another place and he was passing and he was observing the traffic. The order. And then after you have done that, the next thing we had, everybody in the bus, they were calling people that they know. People that they know called him. He will talk to him, he will attend to you. You go and talk to him, he will attend, he will explain to you. But that thing he have said, he said, that thing I've said must stand. After we was begging for like 2 hours, we said this one is not making headway. He asked them to go and park the vehicle in one place, somewhere. That was where the company slept, and then everybody found their way by public transport to their houses. Don't joke with a real soldier. Soldiers are well dressed. They are clean. And they don't ask for passing for money on the road. When you meet a soldier on the road, soldier will not ask you for money. What for? This discipline is there. They don't ask for bribe. I don't know whether it's part of their training. They will not, a real soldier will not ask you for bribe. Maybe he has, maybe he doesn't have. They will not ask you for bribe. That is the real soldier we are talking about. Now, soldiers don't ask for bribe. We know some people in uniform that ask for bribe. Let's don't emulate those people that are asking for bribe. And I believe soldiers will not condescend to that level to be asking for bribe. During the era, the military rule of General Sani Abacha in Nigeria, from 1993 to 1998, the pro-democracy activists, they came up and they were everywhere. They were doing a lot. They were writing the papers about him every day. They were writing the papers every day, protest and everything. Pegasin was doing their own, Nupeng was doing their own, everybody was doing their own. They were threatening him, saying, allow June 12 to stay, allow June 12, allow Abiola to come on board. Sani Abacha, a soldier, a real soldier. All this while, he never said anything. All this while, he said nothing. Until one day. Soldiers just need one day. But that one day, the person that is fomenting trouble will ever remember that one day. General Sani Abacha came on air on national TV and the radio, and I think his speech that day was enough is enough. And he spoke about everything that people have been doing in the country, and he said enough is enough. And immediately he said Pengasin is hereby prescribed. No pen is hereby prescribed. I think that the one causing trouble, he prescribed them. Newspapers they were writing against his government, he prescribed them. I'm not for military rule, but I'm just talking about the character of a real soldier. Civilian rule is better, and we have been enjoying that in most countries in the world, and let it remain. But I just talking about the character of a real soldier, that soldiers are people of discipline. They are people that have discipline. In fact, the populace respect them. If you see some drivers driving anyhow, you just tell them a soldier is coming. Just let soldier vehicle be coming. In fact, that place that is not clear, it will clear as if you'll be wondering what happened. And he said enough is enough. He prescribed, he cancelled all the newspaper, this thing, he cancelled, he prescribed them. All the troublemakers association, he prescribed them. And that was when everybody knew that a soldier was in power in the country. Don't joke with a real soldier. At the same time, imbibe the discipline of a real soldier in everything you do. They can go for a whole day, for 2 days without food, without water, because they are trying to escape for their lives. My name is Benga Akindele Adetitun. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscription is free, it's not paid for, and also click notification button. I'm going to talk to you some other time. Remember, have the characteristic of a real soldier. Don't be a civilian. Bye for now.